we each came up with like 5 to 6 of what we would think would be the best and the worst. And then we also looked up a list of ones like the best jobs in the world.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go through. We'll alternate. But I want to start, okay?
Are we starting best or worst?
I want to start with worst.
All right.
So personally for me, the worst job for me, I think, I mean, unless there's one I didn't think of, anything involving like bathing or changing old people diapers.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's bad.
I would fucking hate that
Yeah.
because I learned the other day, or I've always had it, but I just made a mental note. I have a really weird like phobia or like grossness. Like it makes me gag when I think of like any sort of skin deformities.
Skin deformities.
Like I hate like looking at like moles or skin tags or like people with like wrinkly no, like I can look at moles, but like
someone with wrinkly old person walks by and you're like
if an old
gross.
Yes, dude. If an old person has wrinkly skin with like gross moles or like a ton of skin tags or just like any like a skin disease where there's like weird shit going on with their skin, it literally, that is one of the grossest things to me.
Interesting.
Now, if someone just has like a normal mole, I don't care. Like I got moles, it's on my body.
Moles. We all got moles.
Yeah, everyone's got moles. That's normal. But it like
Weird
anytime
moles.
that is taken to the next level, it like really
like
grosses
triple
me.
decker mole. It's like, why do you have that?
Or dude, if there's like any close up photos of like skin conditions where people have like weird red skin or like blisters
like eczema or something.
Dude,
I used to have eczema on my elbows.
that shit like makes me want to gag. And so the thought of having to deal with old people that have weird skin and that are shitting themselves.
Okay, old people, weird skin. Not a fan.
Yeah.
Okay,
so.
that's fair. That's good. My first one is anyone working in a sweatshop.
I mean,
any kind of sweatshop, and particularly whoever makes cigarettes. You're just in chemicals all day, and you have to put that, and you know how shitty it is. You know how bad it is for you. You know you're just creating poison and sending it out to the world, knowing these people are dying
and
because
you're getting
of what
paid
I'm
like
making.
$2 a day.
Yeah, it's like you ever just look at something so small, like something you get out of a vending or like those little gumball machines at like Denny's or something. You're like, some little kid made this in China or something, and it's really sad.
And like all like the McDonald's toys.
Yeah, it's so.
You're like,
sad.
this is like such low quality, but someone spent like time
making this,
and they're just like horrible working conditions.
It's so sad. Yeah. So that's an obvious terrible job. Yeah.
Yeah, but the cigarettes in particular is probably one of the worst ones because like obviously the chemicals, but also whenever I watch Narcos and I see them like the labs where they're making cocaine, do you think that like you get high just making the cocaine?
I don't know. I don't know enough about cocaine.
Or if you're like dealing with like packaging the cocaine,
I'm sure it might puff up.
It might like puff into the air.
Start packaging really quick.
By the end of your shift, you're probably like high off your balls, just like
you get addicted to your work and you just keep going. That's
then you love work.
That's work in itself.
You
So
know,
maybe that's a good job.
They say if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
There you go. If you love cocaine, maybe you should start packaging it.
All right. My second worst job. Well, these aren't necessarily in any particular order.
Yeah, I don't have an order.
A porn cameraman.
Yeah, it's pretty low on the totem pole of camera work.
Because like, well, I mean, I'm sure they get paid like a good amount, but that's not really that aspect of it. It's more of the fact that like,
this is what you're doing with your life.
Well,
you're filming that.
And like, imagine trying to explain to your family like, like it's one thing if you're a porn star, but then if you're like, oh yeah, like I film people having sex,
it's like even worse.
And the worst part is you're probably horny just all the time. Like, I don't think I could separate my work from the fact that I'm, like, watching people have sex. Like, I feel like I'd just be filming with, like, a hard-on all day.
Yeah, probably. Or it might just be so uncomfortable that it's just, like... It might just ruin sex for you, though.
Yeah, or they just get so used to it where it's, like, sex isn't even, like, a special thing anymore.
Yeah.
And then it's, like, you don't even get hard.
Not even excited. Yeah.
That would suck.
Okay, next. Another one that would suck. I was just thinking, if a sewer line breaks or there is a clog in the sewage system, who's going down and fixing it? Because that job has to suck.
That guy better get
You're just
paid,
like plowing through shit, literally. You're just plowing through poop.
Yeah. How does the sewer system even work?
Who? Someone made it. I mean, it was probably fine when they made it because it was clean. But if you're going down to fix, like, that's disgusting.
Oh, dude, they probably have like those big suits that cover like every inch of your body. Like,
I hope, like a hazmat suit.
Yeah, like when you're dealing with bees or whatever.
I hope a bee suit. My mom, she's a civil engineer and she works on like she designs like some sewer lines sometimes.
Oh.
I don't think she goes down and works in the sewers, but she designs it. She's on top.
Yeah, and imagine like a job like that, or any job where you're dealing with like shit a lot. Like if you work for like
poop job,
like the porta potty companies.
I have that. I wrote. Never mind.
Okay,
that'll come up later.
But anybody that works for like a porta potty company, I feel like even when you're off your shift, like, I feel like even after you shower, the smell of shit is probably just like soaked into your veins.
Yeah, dude. I've even heard working at like a fast food restaurant, you can't get rid of that smell, that like grease all over you.
That would be the worst. Yeah,
ew, just smelling like McDonald's all day.
All right, my next one. Now, a lot of people like this one, but for me personally, construction.
I wouldn't want to. No.
My dad is a contractor, done construction his entire life. I've worked with him many times, and right from the get-go, I knew that this is not something that I want to do for the rest of my life. Any sort of like manual labor where if I work 8 hours and then I get home and like my body is just like tired and hurting, and like I have like little micro cuts all over my body.
Yeah.
And like a hammered, like my dad will get home and his like hands are all fucked up and
he had
bloody.
A nail in his thumb.
Yeah. Or he'll like his fingernail will be gone because he like accidentally hammered it or some shit. And he's like, oh yeah, it's fine. Any job like that, I don't want to be a part of.
I just feel like, you might get used to it over time.
Yeah.
Because you think about Steve. He's not in like great shape. Like that sounds mean, but he's not like, you're obviously in way better shape, so you can handle construction better. But I think it's the kind of thing you get used to it. Cause like my first day at work, what I do at work isn't really that tiring. Yeah. I was like exhausted my first day at work.
Yeah.
And I was like, why am I so tired? And then now I'm not like tired. I mean, I only get tired because it's late, but
yeah. And I mean, like with anything, the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. But like.
Yeah, I would not like construction either.
And I mean, I think there are obviously the people who like it, they like it for a reason. Like one, you can make good money doing it if you're good at it. And two, I think there really is something, at least for my dad, rewarding about like you envision this house and then you literally build this creation. And it's like kind of like art in a way for like their own version. But I don't know, man. I would much rather just find a job where at the end of the day, it's like my body feels good physically and I'm still willing to like, because I can't imagine.
But that's your workout for the day, though. You don't even have to go to the gym after.
That's the thing, though. But like,
there's a lot
it's
of
like a different type of strength, though.
Workers, though.
Yeah, it's like farmer strength.
Yeah,
like
true.
Like I could probably lift more weights than my dad, but he could probably lift more like sheetrock than me.
He'd find a way to just lift 500 pounds of sheetrock.
Dude, he's like 65 and he lifted these insane amount of like construction supplies.
Yeah, well,
so
it's old man strength.
It is.
Okay, next, I mentioned poop. It's whoever cleans public bathrooms. There's never been like a nice public bathroom where it's like this is clean and kept well.
There's always piss all over the floors.
Always piss, dude. If you're ever at a campsite. Those bathrooms are some of the worst places on earth. I've been to one that was literally, you sit on it and there's just a hole. And there's no sink, no nothing. It smelled so bad in there. I would just hold my breath.
Was there toilet paper?
No. Maybe. You might have to bring your own. Okay. It was like a remote campsite. Dude,
it's like,
who cleans that?
They don't clean it.
Someone's got to empty the tank, though.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe once every 6 months.
It didn't smell like they had, so.
Like, listen, there's times when I got like some crazy poops, but I don't understand how people can create some of these things that I see. Like, how does the thing in the toilet come out of your body? Like how?
It's like a splash zone, dude. It's like literally like a frag grenade, and it spreads out.
Like when it hits the water, it
dude.
Just
I don't know. Maybe that happens when you get old, and I'm not looking forward to that. But dude, some people like. Yeah, like a
Now maybe the reason gas station ones are so fucked up is because like
that's your last resort.
Yeah,
if you gotta go.
Yeah, like the only time you're gonna shit at this rando gas station is if you're in a scenario where you're like pull over or it's coming out.
Yeah.
And then those are generally the scenarios where it's just like
it's tooted, but it's just the truckers.
Yeah,
they need to eat better food. There's probably no vegetables, so
that's true.
It's all the fast food truck stop places.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. What do you got next?
Public bus driver.
Yeah.
But specifically in a place
like a big city.
A big city, but like maybe also like a sketchy area, like in like maybe Chicago where there's a little more crime.
Or like New York or something.
Yeah. Like I don't know, man, because there's so many, well, especially here, there's so many homeless people that you're going to have to deal with like you can't even reason with a lot of these people.
Yeah, dude. The bus that I go on, the bus that I go on isn't too bad, but the area that my bus stop is, especially at night because I close, it's bad. And there's been 3 shootings in the past 24 hours in my area.
Yeah.
So like,
literally, you said 3 shootings in 24 hours within like 3 blocks of where you work.
Yeah. Yep. It's bad.
Really terrible luck.
There's just a lot of like really like drugged up people there, like crazy drugs. And they all come out at night.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, man. You're in like you end your shift in a sketchy area
at
in
night.
the middle of the night.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
hey, it's good. Make some good stories though.
Yeah,
that's how you see the bow-legged man walking around.
Yeah.
But I will say there's one bus driver that drives my route that I love him so much. He's just like one of the nicest guys ever.
Do you talk to him or?
I always like make sure I say thank you to him. Sometimes I'll hop out the side doors, but I always make sure I go out the front door just so I can like thank him properly because he's a nice guy. Like when it was snowy, he was just like, all I want is for you guys to get home safely. Like, please bundle up, blah, 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 blah. And he looks everybody in the eye on his way out.
Yeah.
And I had one of those experiences where it made me so happy. I looked him in the eye.
Mutual respect.
Yeah. I looked him in the eye. I was like, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate what you do. There needs to be more people like you in the world. And I walked off. And he's like, hey, awesome. I appreciate you, my man. Have a good one. And I was like, that's awesome. Oh, it made my night.
You got a hard on due to mutual respect.
Yeah, I was hard.
Nice.
Bus driver turned me on.
All
okay. Right. Next, I have telemarketing.
Oh,
dude, no one wants to get a call from a telemarketer, and I'm sure no telemarketer wants to have that job.
There's no way telemarketers like their job.
No.
Imagine calling like 400 people a day, and every single one of them either doesn't answer or like hangs up on you.
Or they tell you to go like fuck. They're like fuck you, go kill yourself. Like people say that to telemarketers.
Yeah.
It's like jeez.
I mean, I hate telemarketers, but like you got to realize that they're
trying to make a buck.
Yeah, they don't want to be selling you this shit.
Yeah, they don't care about the product.
Yeah.
Also, whoever accepts that call and they're like, "Yes, tell me more, please."
I think the only people they get are like old people that are confused. Because I've heard stories of like old people getting scammed out of like their retirement funds and shit because they're just like, oh, sure, I'll tell you my social security number.
Yeah. Have you ever well, so you live in like the way your driveway is, probably you don't get a lot of like Mormons coming to your door. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense.
We one time got Jehovah's Witnesses here.
Really?
Which is really really shocking because like like my house, like obviously the listeners don't really know, but like my house isn't in a neighborhood and like it's on like a busy road.
Yeah.
Like no sidewalks.
So
these people went out of their way to come find our house.
Hey, because sometimes I get sucked into those conversations that I don't really want to be a part of, and I'm not like a dick that's just gonna close your door. Like I'm not that white old man that's just like I don't fucking care, slams the door.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, oh, okay, hi, how are you doing? Tell me about it.
You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and like if someone ever says vote for this person, they start asking me questions, and I just don't have the personality to just be like, I'm sorry, I don't care.
Yeah. It was actually, I had a really cool experience when I was in college at APU down in California. I mentioned it before, but it was like a private Christian school, and so like obviously most of the people that go to that school are Christian, and there was when you go on your mission as a Mormon, you go with like a partner, like 2 people duos, and they get sent to like literally any city. I think
anywhere around the world.
Yeah, anywhere around the world, and it could be like a small city, it could be a big city. You're right, probably not North Korea. But these guys, these two guys, like I saw them all around our campus and like for a couple weeks. So it became apparent that I would assume they got assigned to like the city of Azusa. And at one point they came up, like I was walking home and I saw them like walking towards me. And I wasn't like I don't know, like although I don't believe at all what they believe in, like I have a lot of respect for the fact that like
like if they're like telemarketers kind of.
Yeah, like I have respect for them, even though I don't think it's true. Like if you're that dedicated to your beliefs, like I think like good for you. But so they were coming to me and they kind of like started talking to me like, oh, hey man, like you mind if we talk to you for a couple minutes about like whatever, like I don't know how they worded it, but I was like,
would you like to hear the Lord Jesus Christ?
Yeah, something like that. But I was like, hey, listen guys, like I'm not like into it. Like but I literally told them, I'm like, I'm down to hear like your spiel, but I'm like not into it. Like I'm not gonna like buy it, but like if you guys want to tell me about it. And they were actually like really appreciative of that. They're like, hey man, like we totally get it, but like I'd love to just tell you like our little spiel and like explain it to you. And I was like, go for it. So I talked to them for like 10-15 minutes and then we went about our day. And it was, I don't know, I felt good because I was like, these guys probably just get the door shut on them like all day long.
Probably.
And like it's got to be annoying. And so I don't know, it was kind of cool. Not that I want all the Mormons to come and talk to me about it all the time.
No, the Mormons and the Jehovah's. Don't need you.
You know, Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate birthdays.
Yeah, dude.
They don't believe in it.
It's I don't want to be offensive to any Jehovah's Witnesses, but I
highly doubt
hate that religion. I would hate it.
Imagine it's your birthday and you wake up and they're like, fuck you, no it's not.
Yeah, this school's like, happy birthday, Kyle. And I'm like, no, I am not allowed to.
My mom said it's not my birthday,
I can't have a birthday. What's wrong with, like, why is there a religion with no parties? You literally can't celebrate things.
My next one is, I hate to say it, but for me, I think being a flight attendant would suck ass.
Yeah, I hate flying.
And
I wouldn't like it.
I know a lot of people, like, there was a lot of girls that I knew at college that were, like, truly wanted to become flight attendants. And I know a lot of people, like, that's their, like, goal.
Mm-hmm.
And one of our friends' moms is a flight attendant. I mean, I don't know. I just think, one, it would be draining, dude. You're always fucking flying.
Yeah.
And it's different than a pilot because, one, pilots make fucking bank, so it's like probably worth the sacrifice.
True.
And two, as a flight attendant, it's like a customer service job, but you're in the sky.
And there's some of the worst people on planes too.
Yeah.
So many douchebags on planes.
Like imagine working, like having bad customer service experiences working at Chipotle, but if you're in the sky and like at risk of dying and you can't escape.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man. Dude, on one of my flights back from Europe, we were kind of running a little late, and everybody was seated, and then the pilot.
What did you just say? You said everybody's seated? You had a line right there, like 4 words that all blended together. You said we were on our flight back to Europe. See you mean see you? I'm like, I don't know what you just
Everyone
said.
was seated. We were all seated.
Oh, okay.
Everyone was seated. Everyone was seated.
I was seated.
Yeah, dude, I have a bad time with like enunciating my words. Wow. Everyone was seated.
Okay.
That's hard. So we're trying to take off, and this one guy was just standing up, like fixing his bag or something in the overhead bin, and the flight attendants like had told him to sit down, and he just didn't. And eventually, the pilot just goes, "Sir in the blue shirt, sit down. We need to take off. You are holding up the whole flight." Oh, it was great.
That's awesome. The thing is, flights are just a really awkward place because no one knows each other, and everyone is staring at each other whenever you do anything.
What do you mean?
Know? Like if there's like drama, or if I have a problem with my seat, or there's someone in my seat.
Oh, everyone's looking.
And I'm just standing there. Everyone else is sitting, and you can just feel like hundreds of strangers all staring at you because there's nothing else to look at.
And when you're walking onto the plane, like, what else are you going to look at? Like, I look at the people walking past me. It's a good place to people watch.
Yeah.
But everyone's just looking at you, and you're just making eye contact with every single person.
Yeah. But then when you're the one walking on the plane, I just stare at the back of the plane.
Yeah.
And, like, don't make eye contact with anyone.
Yeah.
Good times.
Okay. Next, I have working in a slaughterhouse.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That would be terrible. Because you're just killing animals for a living. Yeah. And you're draining their blood, skinning them. There's like probably some weird people out there that like it.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. Probably smells really bad. Just like if you're a butcher, it just smells like meat, like old, like not old meat, but raw meat.
I feel like if you are someone that is self-aware enough to realize that maybe you have like psychopathic tendencies and you might become a serial killer,
maybe work in a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, like if you know you might have some issues going on, that might be a perfect job for you.
But I think that that's what springs you. I think soon it becomes not enough and you move on to people.
Oh.
But that's just me saying that. I don't know if that's like true or not. That's not from experience or anything.
Yeah, Kyle totally wouldn't know from working at a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, all the slaughterhouse that I work at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Constantly just aroused.
Dude, draining blood from a dead animal.
What do they do with the blood?
I don't know. My only knowledge of that is from Narcos when there's that scene. They stab a pig like in the chest and it drains into like a
bucket? A funnel?
No, it's like a funnel, but then it's like in the pavement and it drains down into like a different building. So like they
blood building?
Well, I don't know, but it looked like they built the floor to have like a little crevice where the blood would drain and follow it. I don't know where it goes to.
I don't really want to know. It's really sad.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to eat meat.
That's the thing. Like, obviously, slaughterhouses are gross and I never want to go to one, but I still want to eat meat.
Maybe that makes me a bad person, but I like meat.
My dad told me that when he was like 16 or 17, he went to, in the summer, he like visited his aunt or uncles or something and they had a farm and he witnessed them. Like, his uncle wanted to like show him the experience or like,
this is how you're a man,
son.
Yeah,
like kind of show him what it's like to kill a cow.
You ever take someone's life before?
And they said they shot the cow right in front of him. And he was like...
That would scar me.
Yeah, he said he was like... I think he said he didn't even eat like... beef for like a year or something.
Jeez.
But, all right. My last one, and then Kyle has two more?
Yep.
All right. My last one is any sort of business job where like I have to analyze numbers or like just any sort of job where I have to wear a suit and tie and I have to talk with like, oh, in Q4 we're gonna send out the X team to go and meet and do the new training facility. Like,
just like a business guy,
dude. Just any like really business job where you have to use this business lingo and every word in your vocabulary like means something that people don't understand.
Yep.
And
I would hate. Yeah, I would too. Work in a cubicle.
Oh, dude, I would literally go insane, and it just sucks. I don't know, like I feel bad because a lot of those types of jobs are the jobs that like make a lot of money.
Yeah,
and there already are so many people that probably like if you work a job like that and you like that business shit,
you're
like
set.
Do it. But there's probably a lot of people that do it and they like hate it.
Dude, have you ever seen the movie? Shit, that does not help.
Have I seen the movie? Oh shit.
I think it's. Office. Damn it! It's a good movie.
What's it about? Describe it to me.
It's like The Office kind of. It's like people working in an office, and this guy just hates his life.
Oh.
I think it's called Office. Damn it!
Do you know who's in it?
No. Oh! One of the guys from Dodgeball's in it. Let me find it out. I'll go through Dodgeball.
This is gonna be an investigation here.
This is not what I expected. He's in Dodgeball. It's the guy that plays Martin. The guy that gets hit by the car. Alpha Love. That guy. He's in it.
Okay, what's his name?
It's not really loading. This doesn't really help that I have no service in your garage.
We'll use this time to tell you guys that we have a Patreon at patreon.com/PIMS podcast, where if you guys want to become a patron, you can pledge $5, $10, or $15.
Stephen Root.
Okay,
continue.
Hold. You can pledge $5, $10, or $15, and you get extra content. You get deleted scenes, bloopers videos. You get personalized video shout-outs. You get pictures of Kyle's feet. You get a bunch of good stuff. So if you guys want to support the show, if you're a fan, the best way to do that is, one, to go leave a review on the Apple Podcast app. Put us on your Instagram story. And if you're feeling really ballsy today, you could go become a patron.
Hell yeah. A couple things. This guy's also in Finding Nemo, and he's in Get Out. But it's called Office Space.
Office Space.
Yeah, it's a pretty popular movie.
What was the actor's name?
Stephen Root.
Oh, Stephen Root. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Anyways, but that movie, it's like all the office, Like my dad, he worked in a lot of offices, and I watched the movie with him. He's like, this is so accurate.
Yeah.
Just this guy that just hates his life.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I know that a lot of those are like desirable jobs for people, but for me, I could not do that. Like, the reason that I thought of this and put it on my list was the other day I was at the gym and I went into the sauna. And when I left the sauna, I was putting my shoes on, and there was these 3 sort of old guys, probably like in their 60s, in the hot tub. And like, I was just overhearing their conversation, and it made me just like cringe. Like, I would just dread being in their position because they were talking about like just their job and like how the CEO was doing this and should have made these business decisions. And they were like so mad. Yeah. And it's just like, I never want to be that guy that like all I talk about with my friends is like work and like business and like finances and shit. Like, do you have nothing more enjoyable to talk about?
Yeah, I hear that stuff every day.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, my last 2. A miner. Working in a mine. Oh,
dude.
Are there still miners? Probably.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like 1800s, like they had the kids working in like the mine shafts and everyone's all dirty and just black.
The gold rush?
Yeah, dude.
When was the gold rush? 1800s?
Say 1800,
18 something.
18s.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get out and you're just covered in just like coal and like.
Have you watched Chernobyl?
No, I haven't. But I'm sure that's.
And like the thing with miners is like it literally kills you. Like that job
it's terrible
sucks
for you,
and it gives you cancer.
You're breathing fumes and you're just covered in just like black like soot.
Oh yeah, I that's a really good one. That's debatably one of the worst ones.
That's terrible. And then my last one, a little different. It's anyone that wears a costume. Like if you are a clown, if you are one of the people wearing an Elmo outfit. I think about the people in Disneyland. And it's so hot.
You think that would suck?
You're wearing an Elmo costume in Disneyland and it's 100 degrees.
Okay, not Elmo, because the Elmo's not Disney.
Oh fuck.
Like a Mickey
Woody,
Mouse.
like a Mickey Mouse. You have that giant costume on, it's probably so hot. It's like 110 degrees.
Dude, there's people that like train, like there's girls that want to become Disney princesses. We have a family friend that this girl's like mission was to become a Disney princess, and she is. But okay. I guess she doesn't have to like wear like it's still her face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like she's not covered as like
you're not wearing like a big suit.
Heavy costume. Yeah, like if you're Pluto is just sweating up a storm.
Yeah, dude. And like in Spain, they have these giant. I wish I had pictures of them. They have these giant polar bears. There's this like a polar bear and there was like a penguin. Dude, the biggest costume you've ever seen. And it's what's creepy is like the head is all the way up here and you can see the person inside like through the mesh. The mesh is like in the stomach, like where the chest is. And the person's like kind of leaning forward, so the polar bear is like leaning hard, and they just like take pictures with kids all day in front of the Christmas tree.